Let's get Aziz in here. He's been pacing for a minute or two outside the studio.
Bring him in. He's very famous.
He's extremely famous.
He's sitting down now, and
is anybody?
He's just sitting, drinking water. Roland's out there. No one's listening enough to get us.
Well, we're not really allowed to have the show on outside.
No, I didn't want that on. To be honest with you,
I don't want the show on.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
it's a big problem.
That almost got us sued.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
By an ex-employee.
Yes.
Sued us.
Come on in there, sure.
Aziz, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Take a seat. We're all just doing a radio show or some type of thing. Yeah, there's your headphones. Look at that.
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that noise? No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, those aren't your headphones.
Oh.
Ah, there they are. Yeah, it's. What is
What's that?
Wait, is that coming out of Aziz's pocket?
No. Wait, it is. I was like, that's not mine, guys. I'm a professional.
What were you listening to?
My phone.
It sounded familiar.
A random song, I don't know. Turned it off.
Definitely sounded familiar.
That was really freaking me out.
That was weird.
Yeah, no kidding. That was
creepy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were doing Jocktober. It's where we further alienate ourselves from the rest of the entertainment industry by just attacking other radios.
Yeah, other radio shows that, in our expert opinion, suck.
Yeah, we feel like we're the only ones that should be doing this.
That are worthy of mic time in any capacity.
Right. We should be on every single radio station.
Yes.
Well, you
this
do them
show.
they're awful on the road. You got to go in there and just do. They want you to do your act. It doesn't.
Oh my
feel right.
God, it's the worst.
That's got to be terrible.
Yeah, I did one in Miami one time, and a guy was like, I was tired because if you're doing stand up and stuff, you're up late doing shows and stuff, and like if you're doing shows late at night, like that really wakes you up when you do a set. It's hard to like fall asleep after that. And so if you're a comic, you're generally going to be tired when you do these shows. And the guy was so mad that I was tired. He's like, "Hey man, you better be funny. Like, let's get it going." And I was like, "All right," It's the best when you just have have a conversation and things just come up that are funny.
Yeah.
Wait, did he actually say you better be funny?
Yeah, he said something like, "You wake up, man."
On the air, he said this?
No, in between.
Yeah,
and
but
then
still,
I was sitting there, I was like, "All right, man, it'll be fine." And then at a certain point, like they just brought out this like big fat dude, and they like put butter on his belly, and that was like a segment, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like this,
the old butter on the belly segment.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do with that?
What was
at that point? It's like, well,
was there a payoff?
This isn't my audience.
Yeah, what was the bit? Maybe we
You just gave us an idea.
Let's not judge. We don't really know
what was the butter on the belly thing. What the hell could they possibly have been doing?
Yeah, I wonder what the end game is there.
Right. What the fuck?
Well, sometimes you go in and they have things planned. Like I was on Cowhead one time in Tampa, who we love.
Yeah, we like the Cowhead.
As I'm on the thing, they brought in these girls. They were eating dog food on their hands and knees out of a bowl, and I'm like,
you can't compete with that.
Yeah, what do I do with that?
Right.
I sat there with an erection like everybody, but it was but it's the worst when they expect you to do your act, and they're like, where do you want us to lead you? What do you want to talk about? And it's like, dude, just chat.
See what happens,
Have a little chit chat.
See what pops up.
Indeed.
You got a special coming out on Netflix.
Yes, it comes out November 1st.
Friday.
Yeah, very excited, yeah.
That Netflix is just a booming thing. It's taking off. Amazing. People are going there for first run stuff like comedy specials and TV shows.
Yeah.
It was just pretty much Blockbuster where you didn't have to go to the store for a while. Now, original
you had to wait for your stuff.
Original programming. Well, that was it. At the beginning, it was like,
God, you
go to the website. You
mailing stuff?
They send you a DVD.
Got to mail that one back before they send the other one. I hated that.
And I would never mail things.
Yeah,
back.
it was weird because they used to just like profit so much off laziness. Like I would be like, all right, I need to get like these, like when you get kind of homework movies, like, I've never seen Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and that. I'll watch that soon, and then you just have them sitting there, and you're just like, I'll just watch Kindergarten Cop on HBO instead. Keep these DVDs.
I'll send
these
it
DVDs
back.
aside for. I'll watch them eventually, and then it's just like a year.
At Blockbuster, I must have given them more, probably 10 times more money in late fees than I did in actual video rentals. Because I would just have them sitting there and be like, I'll take it back tomorrow. And then I just wouldn't take them back. And then you try to dump it into the deposit thing and run so the person doesn't look at you. Thank God that's done.
But I remember the high of going into Blockbuster and seeing all the new
releases.
Like the new release box covers of the one I wanted to see, and they always guaranteed that they'd have copies.
Yeah.
Oh, it was wonderful.
The wall would always look the same, and then you're right. All of a sudden, it was like another color would hit you. Like, whoa, that's a green color. What
That's
the?
a new
That's a
movie.
new movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I remember I used to like you would have to call to like see if they had the video in stock. And I grew up in South Carolina where it's so boring, so you would love to see a movie or any kind of depiction of another place more interesting. So I would just call constantly to see if they had stuff in stock, and it's so interesting. Now it's like kids don't have to do.
No,
anything.
now there's so many
Steal it.
different places to get it right. You could just illegally get them, or on demand now gets them pretty quickly after the movie even comes out. And then Netflix, of course, Hulu, there's a bunch of places.
I thought if that's like made kids cooler now, because I remember, now kids can watch anything. They can watch, the coolest stuff. They can watch, a Scorsese movie, or they can watch, Mr. Show or whatever. Like the coolest stuff is available to watch instantly. And when I was a kid, it was like you had to watch like the garbage that was like Full House or whatever, or you're just like not watching anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I'll do this over just nothing. And you're forced to ingest it. I wonder if I hope kids are now like taking advantage of the fact that they can kind of watch anything they want.
Instead of Full House, you're watching Mean Streets. As a 6-year-old.
It was such a fantasy, such a futuristic dream to be able to choose what you watched when you wanted to watch it. And that was only on television. Now the thought that you can just bring your phone and watch a movie on the shitter if you want, It was. I used to imagine what it would be like to have like a watch with a TV on it when I was a kid, and just be like, oh, I could watch TV. That would be the coolest thing.
You ever think we would get to that point?
Never think. No,
unbelievable.
But by the way, that fantasy just included what was being broadcast at that time.
Right.
So I'd watch the noon news at school and sit there, and it would be an amazing fantasy to think about. But now I could go HBO Go if I want to, and just fucking watch shit. I got a Sling box set up. I could watch my own fucking television on this thing.
I got one 2 years ago from my manager. I never hooked it up a
Sling box?
Yeah, it just seemed but it wouldn't work, and I just panicked.
So fucking good. I could pop any channel on my FiOS system on this phone right this second.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just watch it. Hey, here you go. Right from my home.
I'm a VCR guy. I hate people that resist technology. You know what? You give me a VCR and a good movie.
I don't know much. Say that noon, it's still blinking. 12 noon. What do I?
Aziz said something in there though. You come from a boring town. So how did you make it? It had to be a lot tougher.
I went to school at NYU, so I moved to New York.
Oh, okay. That was the big jump.
Oh.
I always admire people that just have moved to New York just to they're like, I'm gonna become a comedian. It's like, wow, you are a fucking brave person.
Balls of that
move. Right.
I was here at school, and there's all these other kids that are at school at the same time. You're all kind of going through New York at the same time. You have all these other kids, and then you think about I know comics that have just like moved here with nothing, and they're just like, I'm going to become a comedian. And they fucking do it somehow. It's incredible.
What were you, film, right? Were you doing the film thing? No?
I didn't know what I wanted to do, and so I went to the business school because I was like, I'll start a business or something. And then I got to the business school, and I was like, oh my God, I hate every single person here. All these kids that wanted to do finance and all this stuff. Like, I didn't even know what like Goldman Sachs and stuff was, and they're all like so fired up about this stuff, and I was going to transfer to the film school a couple of times, and I just got too lazy. It was like, oh, you got to put a portfolio together. And I was like, whatever.
So how do you make the
terrible decision? But actually, it didn't matter. I mean, but
right. Yeah.
But how do you make the jump to comedy and entertainment then in that position?
I just started doing stand up when I was in college, like the summer of my freshman year. I just started doing stand up, and I really enjoyed it, and I just kind of
why people are like, you're funny, dude.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
You gotta you should be on stage. Nine times out of 10, they shouldn't be.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive, though.
People really love it. It's interesting to watch them walk on at the Cellar. because it's an amazing, and I've kind of seen it change over the years. You know, when you know somebody and you watch them gain success, and it's an amazing ovation, and it's always silent, and I mean that like when you're setting up a joke, people always
always silent after you.
I mean that they laugh, but I mean that they're always paying attention to what you're saying. Like they really enjoy you. There's something about you that people just genuinely like when you're on stage.
Oh, well, thanks.
And it makes me want to scream in the back because you never want to see another comedian being loved. Of course, it's just painful to watch.
That is a big brother that just passed by. I think he's going into Shade 45.
Oh, probably.
Who was that?
Was he a player or a bodyguard?
Could have been well, that's true too. You don't know if
right there with the
he
arm?
looks like
you know who he is, Aziz?
Wow, I see a giant shadow.
That guy.
I think he's just a black dude.
He's a big black dude. That is just a black dude. Like that's a big guy.
I think he's just a black guy that's just in the serious offices.
Right. Yes. There could be a black gentleman in the hallway.
If that's a bodyguard, it's like, come on, man. There's bigger black dudes to be bodyguards.
That's true too.
Roland's looking at him. No, something's going on over there.
Yeah, Roland. Let's call Roland. We always, because once in a while, Shade will have a really cool guest walk in that we'll try to hijack, or we'll try to.
Here comes Roland.
Let's see who that is.
The deal is.
Roland, what's going on at Shade?
It's a TI with the game.
T.I.
Oh, the
I
game?
don't know. I know they're two people.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I don't know who they are.
Okay.
You don't know who they are?
Guy with the game.
Come on.
This is the dummy, Roland. This is the guy who books our show talent-wise.
He's amazing at it, but we don't understand
This
why.
is how pop culture ignorant he is. We were walking into MTV press junket I was doing, and we see somebody who looks kind of famous, and he was not kidding. He goes, "That's Jay-Z." I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yes, that's him." It was the guy fucking wanding people as we walked in. But he wasn't being ironic. He really thought he just says things and hopes that it sticks.
Jay-Z.
Well, he can't see. You know that, right? Roland can't see.
Are you blind too?
Yes,
Roland?
he needs glasses badly.
I'm blind.
Another reason why he falls asleep at movies.
And then when he came to my party during the summer, we're all going in the pool and stuff. It's like, Roland, go in the pool. He goes in the pool, and it's like, well, swim over here at the deep end. I can't swim. He can't swim. He's blind.
You're a disaster.
A little kid.
Stay the safe.
He was staying in the little shallow end. Put little swimmies on him. Oh, adorable.
You're also doing the 92nd Street Y?
Oh, yeah.
What a smart
I am
place
doing
for a
that.
gig. I've gone to a couple. I saw Poitier speak there, or Poitier, however you say it. And,
Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
Yes, that fine actor.
I saw him in L.A. one time. I was going to eat sushi with a friend, and I saw him just sit and eat sushi by himself. And it was like, he did a really good job. It was very elegant.
Very gentlemanly.
Was everybody? I saw him in a pharmacy in L.A. I had stopped in on a lark going on the way to the hotel. You know how it is. You got to pick up a little Viagra because you forgot yours. And L.A.'s a big act out town. And I saw him in the Beverly Hills pharmacy, just fucking buying something. So I bugged him for a photo. He was very nice, but it was like, no one gave a shit. I'm like, how do you not know who this is?
It's weird when you see like these older, like kind of legendary dudes, like walking around doing the most mundane
just
shit.
nothingness.
Just
yeah, you expect them to be parties or something.
Yeah,
some kind of an event.
But a regular actor I can understand, but this guy is a guy that any single person in that business would cancel plans to eat with. Like anybody in the business would cancel what they were doing to have dinner with Sidney Poitier. Like, he's just
it's just like you're always going to be alone. That's the message.
That's the message right there.
That's the lesson.
And you see him eating sushi by himself. That just makes me sad.
In the end, you die in your own arms.
Yeah, you want to think like, once you do like really great things and stuff, you move beyond all the garbage that I'm doing, and then you see people in your world. You're like, what? Isn't there another world you can graduate to?
Yeah,
It just ends up being the same shit.
We saw Christopher Walken getting takeout one night.
Oh, remember
in California?
that?
Yeah, we were
Sunset
having dinner
Boulevard.
somewhere, and he walked in. And he's getting just bags of takeout.
I forgot
and he
all
did
about
that slow turn and looked over his shoulder to see who was looking at him.
He was in character
Big,
for that movie. He
tall
had
guy.
the long black leather jacket
Yeah,
on.
it was cool.
I love those movies. Where he plays the archangel. Is it Gabriel or Michael?
Oh, yes, that was it.
That's how long ago it was, yeah.
Prophecy.
It's Prophecy.
I like those movies. That was fucking. He was great in those.
Especially the first one was really good.
I forgot about that.
You ever see him?
I might have to revisit those.
Yeah, he plays the archangel. The guy who played the devil's a little douchey and really enjoying playing the
Over
devil.
the top.
Yeah, like a little the evil guy with the beard.
The only over-the-top devil I want to see is Pacino.
Yeah.
He's an absentee landlord. All right,
Devil's Advocate.
you screaming guy. We get it.
I
Ow.
liked Keanu Reeves in that movie, though. I thought he was fucking.
Yeah,
he was good.
Fit the bill.
I like that movie. It was all right.
Kevin
the acting
Lomax.
was a little over the top.
Yes,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
it. That was a good one.
And I really related.
That's like I can do.
That's okay. That's where the name comes from. Okay.
Oh.
No.
Oh, yeah,
Aziz
okay.
knows what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
That's one of my random things I can do an impression of is like Kevin Lomax from The Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, now you're gonna be like, do it.
Now we
No,
have
we're like
to.
the DJs in Miami. Come on, let's go.
Come on, perform.
Where's that fat guy, Butter?
I want to hear Kevin Lomax.
Before we get to the butter guy.
I'm an attorney. My name is Kevin Lomax. Milton. Kevin. Oh God! What if I just did all of Devil's Advocate right? I see that movie. Isn't it weird? Like certain movies that are like okay movies, and you end up seeing them like a million times.
Yeah.
Because there's something about him you like. Like I loved Pacino in that, even though he was over the top and.
Oh,
No, it's
yeah.
fun. It's a fun movie to watch.
It is. It's there are certain movies that are so easy to watch. You know them. Sometimes you don't want to put too much thought into something. Or if I know if I'm going to sleep, I'll put something on that I've seen 1,000 times because I know I could just shut my eyes, listen, and kind of run it through my head while I doze, while I drift off to sleep.
I can't do that. I have to have silence when I sleep.
Complete
I
silence.
cannot have
Crazy.
TV on.
Yeah,
Do you doze
if I
during
like,
a Voss show?
It's hard to sleep with a noose around my neck.
Teasing, of course. Rich is great.
Are you a good sleeper, or are you a you seem like a peaceful. I've never seen you upset.
You never see me upset. I
Uh-oh.
don't get that upset. I sleep all right, I guess. When I'm in New York, I don't sleep as well because I'm up late doing spots and stuff. In LA, you know, I'm filming and things like that, so I have to get up early. So I'm used to going to bed a little bit early.
You're quite a good actor too. Aziz is like a really natural good actor.
No, I'm not.
No, you are.
Acting is it's not that hard. You know, like I was thinking about this. That movie. Did you guys see Captain Phillips?
Oh, yeah.
So
The boat movie.
Yeah, so the guy who plays like the lead Somali pirate. like,
Yeah.
He was great, right? He was,
yeah.
He was great. They're talking about he might get nominated for an Oscar and stuff.
Yeah.
He was a cab driver.
He's just a guy.
He was just a cab driver. He'd never acted before or anything.
Yeah.
Holy
What
shit.
other field can you just instantly become one of the best? There's no way that would happen in stand-up.
No.
Yeah,
no way
it's
that would
true.
happen in radio. Nothing where it's like, well, he was just doing, you know, he worked at Target and then now he has the #1 radio show like a month later. It's like, no,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen.
Yeah, acting is the only thing you can all of a sudden incidentally be good at. That and prostitution. Probably the 2 jobs you can go from doing something else to being really good at really
Immediately.
fast.
Man, did that guy look the part?
He was amazing.
He just
was
looked
so
like a
scary. He was
beat-up
great.
Somali pirate. He
was
really
great.
did, yeah.
And
just-
the most famous line, you know, is that when he's like, "I'm the captain now." Or whatever.
Yeah.
He improvised that. That wasn't in the script.
Really?
Yeah.
He's fucking
I mean,
rewriting.
not trying to take away anything from that guy. I mean, he was incredible. I just think it's
natural.
amazing that, like,
You could do that.
yeah, it was like, oh, he just came in and now
How was
he's,
he
like, acting
discovered?
with Tom Hanks?
Or-
I think they just like did like a big casting call, you know, and
Get a bunch of white guys over there and said,
like-
just pick out the scariest looking guy. Who would you be scared of? Yeah, look at him. He's a real slight guy, too.
Well, there's probably not
Yeah,
too many
there is.
Somali actors that are capable, so they probably just did like an open casting and said, "Let's see who we can get."
Look,
Yeah.
Tom Hanks looks scared in that picture.
We'll act for Sandwich. that guy is thin.
in that publicity shot, Hanks
yeah.
looks scared.
I think he lives in
Hanks.
like Philadelphia or something. He was in some city. They were doing a big casting call. He lived in the States.
And someone probably told him, "Hey, they're looking for guys who are Somali," and he came. Well, that's
It looks like Michael K. Williams a little
Dream
bit.
come true.
right?
Yes, you know
A
what?
little bit.
Watching the movie, he reminded me of Michael K. Williams a lot. Yeah,
I don't think they all look alike. But in
I'm
this
just saying,
case,
he kind of reminded me of
he looks
him
a little
too.
bit like Michael K. Williams from The
Yeah.
Wire. Yeah.
who's getting a lot of fucking action in Boardwalk Empire this year. I don't
Yeah.
know. You don't keep up with it?
I have not delved into.
It's good, man. Did you
yeah.
watch it?
No, I haven't, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, the series got better. Like HBO series, I can't lock into like much from Showtime, but HBO, I can
Yeah.
just fucking Game
Yeah.
of Thrones. I can lock into
Game
it.
of Thrones I watched.
It's hard to jump in to a new series. Like Breaking Bad was all the rage there. I was right on board with that, and then that finishes up, and I'm kind of like, you really got to commit when you go with a series that's been on for a couple of years too. You got to commit to sitting there for hours on end doing those marathons to really get up to speed. You can't just casually start watching one of these shows again.
And now, like, I feel like there has to be such a groundswell of people telling you, like, oh, this is the most amazing. That's the only way I'll start, because it's like sometimes you start these shows and then it gets really dumb in like the third or fourth season. You're like, why did I fucking invest 30 hours with you?
Asshole told me to fucking watch this. Yeah.
Did you start any that you didn't like?
I don't want to say. I feel bad.
Nothing
really. Usually,
I don't have
like.
I know. Isn't
see
that weird?
what that is. See what he just did.
Man.
Opie did it. I mean, Aziz did it, and Jimmy can do it too.
Out.
Me and Opie will sit there and just shit on anything without any thought that maybe down the road we might be fucking insulting somebody.
Maybe that's why we don't get as many opportunities.
That could probably.
See, it might be smarter to do it there.
Oh, of course it's smarter.
And there's also like a mentality where like some people just don't like to insult other people. Like Aziz is just a nice guy who doesn't like to hurt people's feelings and insult people. And I'm an insensitive.
Well, he wouldn't be good at radio then.
Right, yeah, you got to kind of be a creep to do this every day.
Probably goes home and pulls wings off a butterfly.
Yeah, he does. There's something will come out about Aziz that's just truly terrible. Like he was putting nails in the crib. What? He would videotape thumbtacks in the crib.
I don't like insulting TV shows though. It's just not my thing.
I hear
Nails in the crib.
That's mean. You know,
those babies have never
gunny sack full of kittens. He's going down to the river.
But you do get embarrassed when you bump into somebody that you've shit on.
Well, you had one of the big ones.
That's that's a situation I want to avoid, because now you never know like what's gonna get picked up. Like all these blogs and stuff are just looking to fill space. Like you just
and they're waiting for someone to trip up.
Like oh god, like man, like that girl that was at that Halloween party that had the blackface on, like. I saw that. I was like, man, well, they're covered for like a couple of days. They could do the apology. They could do everyone's thoughts on the apology, everyone's thoughts on blackface.
Juliana Hall.
What was she doing?
Juliana Hall. They were doing the cast of Orange is the New Black. They were doing like a bunch of girls dressing like the cast of Orange is the New Black. And she was that crazy eye girl. So she put on blackface. And they had like all her friends and stuff, and I think she was the only like, actress like person out of the group, and they're like, all right, who should do the blackface bit? And let's get her to do it. Let's pick her. There's all the girls. Now, here's the thing. I don't see any fucking problem with that.
Zero problem.
Because she's dressing as someone. If the person you're dressing as is a black person, I mean, you gotta change your skin tone.
You gotta go all in.
I'm not offended by that really that much. I think it's like, you're gonna get in trouble for doing that. But that's just it. Like, she should know she's gonna get in trouble. Right. But the whole thing that she's gonna get in trouble irks me. I understand if someone puts on fucking mammy makeup and starts going, "Mammy, how I love your hand," doing an old minstrel show type of thing. Not what that's a little more offensive than that. But if you're legitimately dressing up, they had a couple of guys and they were dressed as two basketball players from a photo that was put online. It was two real, NBA guys. And these two guys were both white guys, and it was one white ball player, one black ball player. The black ball player's got his elbows on the other guy's shoulder, looking over the top of his head. So they recreated that. The one guy had to put on blackface makeup. I think somebody didn't have to.
he didn't, but he did to recreate the picture, I guess. And then it was tweeted. The picture was tweeted by some NBA entity who immediately, they were like, wow, this is a great representation of this photo. Immediately, we regret that we said this. We apologize. They apologized. But meanwhile, it's like they were recreating the photo. Because again, you got to look at context.
Nobody comes out and just gives a rational explanation. Like when you're the difference in intent between
that's a problem.
Like you said, doing a minstrel show and just being mocking and shitty.
Yeah.
And portraying a legit TV character, they are tremendously different intents and different things.
Exactly.
And the fact is, nobody comes out and defends themselves properly. She should have come out and said, look, I'm not sorry. It's an impression of a character who I like on television.
Right.
It was a Halloween costume.
I'm dressing as them.
And if you can't see the difference between me being a Halloween character
Right.
of a character I admire
Right.
and a minstrel show, then shame on you.
Or there's other people getting in a lot of jam ups here because they're going as Trayvon. So they put makeup on,
I
put
just saw this
blackface
photo.
on,
Wow.
put a hoodie on with blood. And they got Skittles
Well,
and
that
ice
guy's
cream.
just trying to be an asshole.
Now
Let's be honest. I mean, come
guy's
on.
Trying to be an asshole.
Unbelievable.
You know the difference.
Now that obviously
That guy's just trying to be a
it's
dick.
insensitive.
Oh
It's
my
inciting.
God.
Yeah.
The guy in blackface with a hoodie with like a red splotch in the front of it.
And another guy
That's-
with neighborhood watch on his shirt,
Oh.
pointing his fingers at his
Oh
head like
my
a gun.
God.
I mean, obviously that's offensive. It's inciting people. It doesn't have the same thing as Juliana Hough doing what she did, or Hogue or Hoggle. That GH really confuses me. HOUGA. Well, her whole name is.
It's so weird, like, you know, all this kind of crazy stuff used to happen and we just didn't know about it
Yes,
as much.
exactly.
And now it's like anything like crazy offensive like this just goes viral and the person's life gets ruined.
Is
'Cause
destroyed.
That guy's, I mean, who's going to hire that guy? For any
Destroyed.
job. Like, everyone, I've never hired someone for like a job, but
You
I'm
wouldn't
sure
hire that
you
guy?
Google everyone.
You Google.
And that's
yes.
going to be the first thing. It's like,
gonna be
well,
like, oh,
you're fantastic. And you're.
This Trayvon.
I really want you to be the architect for my house, but
Yeah.
I just saw your Halloween
I
costume.
saw. You remember 12 years ago, Halloween, when you did the black because it never goes away. Yeah, I have a little problem with that.
You know, and part of me is like, oh, good, man. Fuck that guy. And then part of me is like, God, that's the rest of his life.
Rest of your
Any
life.
mistake, like, you know, does like.
See, offensive Halloween costumes have always been a part of it, though. Like I remember when Chris, I laughed so hard and I was in the Village, and a guy was walking around with a Superman outfit, and he had a wheelchair attached to the front of him, and I'm like, the genius of that. But there's always like whatever happens that's brutal during the year. There's going to be a Halloween, whether it was 9/11, like whatever horrible tragedy, somebody will have a fairly clever Halloween costume depicting that event or mocking, and that's even a part of it. It's just such a.
We've always had it, but like
They're
Aziz is saying, now it
it's
goes
out there
viral so
forever.
quickly.
So many people that had crazy offensive, like
Right,
9/11 type costumes, but we just didn't see them
Yeah.
because this
Didn't
has
see
become
'em.
a thing in the last.
If only the
few
people at the
years.
party and maybe a couple pictures got out
Do you know
for
how many
the
dead-
local people, you know.
How many dead Jean Benets were around
Right,
for Halloween?
absolutely.
And, I mean, what's more offensive than being dressed as a murdered child?
So this
you know?
year's is the Trayvon?
This Trayvon is
That's the go-to for the-
huge offensive. That's the go-to.
I can't
offensive
I think that's got to be the number one
I
go-to
can't believe
offensive
that.
Halloween costume this year.
Yeah.
anything you could
That's-
think of.
You think
will
you're gonna have one
been
of these
done.
at your party this Friday?
You know what? I don't know. I would hope not.
Is the lady in the middle supposed to be George Zimmerman's wife? Who is she?
I don't know
supposed
what
to
she
be?
is. She's dressed like
I don't know where
a
we get her.
river dance girl or something,
Right.
God.
Or a Irish girl.
Oh God! I just can't believe it. I'm just looking at it. Every time I see it, I'm just like, this was done. This happened.
And
Like,
he went with the real blackface. He didn't
that
go with
was
the
not the realistic. Like
right,
Juliana
the
Hough
brown.
Pretty much looked like me. Like,
She
had,
browned
like-
herself up. Yeah. He's using the old vaudevillian burn a cork and rub it on your
Right.
face, blackface.
God.
And there's also Robert Downey Jr., who brilliantly portrayed a black guy in that
Yes.
Oh,
film.
and Tropic Thunder.
Tropic
that was
Thunder.
that was so great.
Amazing,
Yeah,
but
that
why
was
is that
great.
allowed? And why is that above
He got some
reproach?
shit for that.
But I mean, not
much.
where it would have counted.
Right.
Not job threatening.
Not where it would have counted because he's Robert Downey Jr. and he's
Yeah.
a genius actor. But like, what is the difference? Why is that acceptable? Is because he played a character. Well, you know what I mean.
Right.
What she was doing was totally legit.
Yeah.
The Wayans brothers did, and I understand whiteface wasn't a big thing. Didn't
The
offend
white
me.
girls. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
white
great.
girls. But
The-
you got to
the
look
Juliana
at different
thing-
levels.
Yeah, that thing. I didn't see that and have any kind of
No,
reaction
no.
to it. It's just like, oh, it's more like, oh, this is a dumb thing that's gonna be in the news for a couple of days.
No one wants
type
to
thing.
look at context anymore and intent and things like that. They'll lump her there are people that will lump her doing that in the same category as the guy doing the Trayvon,
Yeah.
which is
Well,
ridiculous.
What was the thing? Like, didn't Sarah Silverman go on like Conan or something, and she was doing a joke that was, against, Asian racism. But in the joke, she says like "ching chong bing bong" or something.
She also
And-
said, "Yeah."
or she said "chink" or
Chink.
something. And the joke was like a pro, Asian, like it was like a commentary.
But that gets lost.
And then they just, those groups that are just waiting for something, saw it, just didn't look at like what she was actually saying.
Right.
And then just like gave her a bunch of hell. And it's like, come on. Like, and that's always a bummer when those groups, just have those knee-jerk reactions.
They hold people hostage. They hold people hostage, their careers. And it's amazing they have that kind of power. People should tell them to go fuck themselves. Fuck you.
Going with your thought, you guys ever have problems with Parks and Rec? Anything that has gone on there?
No, nothing.
Or something you wanted to do and people were like, no way, this is going to cause too much of an issue out there.
No, nothing ever on Parks. I'm trying to think of anything I've done in stand-up or anything as a.
You were part of it. You were part of a great comedy. Aziz is one of my favorite comedies, which was fucking Seth Rogen. Oh God, Observe and Report with
We
Leota.
love that movie.
Was
thanks.
fucking
way better than
hilarious,
Mall
that
Cop.
film. Hilarious.
That's the movie you make if you're doing the whole mall thing.
yeah, the brutal.
We love that movie.
Fucking great.
I think I'm ready to watch that again.
But that did a lot of things that you thought, like, especially I love the Anna Faris scene when she was drunk and vomiting and he fucks her anyway.
Yeah.
God, it was fantastic.
That was
real comedy right there.
Because you suspend disbelief in a comedy just like you do in a cop drama.
Of course.
Like, nobody thinks that Mel Gibson's really a police officer or Schwarzenegger's really a robot. Why do you think that somebody really means a racist comment if they say it in a comedy or a homophobic comment?
Yep. Right.
Why can't you suspend disbelief there?
It just has become this thing that these groups have to do. They jump on it and get attention for their group. It's ridiculous.
Well, as a society, we all accept it, though. That's the problem. We were discussing earlier. We all got to speak up more about it.
Because nobody defends
Because it's not the majority. It's the minority. I truly believe that.
Sorry, what were you saying?
It's the minority that is getting all the attention. I don't believe the masses are that offended by this stuff we've been discussing today.
Yeah,
not even close to the majority of people.
Like, it's really like the news outlets create these stories about outrage, and it kind of gives this perception that there's a bunch of people upset about something when it's just like filling up space
small
about stuff. And it's kind of like I saw there was the Indian woman won the Miss America contest and like people tweeted racist stuff, and it's like a few hundred people tweeted racist stuff, and then that became this big news story, and it like put a cloud over what she did. And it's like, well, why? Who cares if someone tweeted? That means they get to get on the news. Like, I mean, if it happened like 10 years ago, they would have said the racist stuff at home. There wouldn't be a record of it for them to like make a news story out of it. And it gives us perception like, oh, well, the whole country is still racist because the Indian person can't even win the contest, and now all these people are tweeting racist stuff.
And it was, inconsequential, the number of people that
actually did that.
It was nothing.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
Yeah, you're always going to get that no matter what it is.
I don't know why they have such power.
You could.
I guess because it makes a good story, obviously, for the
news loves it.
The news people have to fill up their time.
It's just trying to come up with some sort of headline that people will click on.
Right.
Could you imagine these? I mean, when you think about it from their side, even though they're despicable fucking animals on that run the news, you got 24-hour news cycles. You're constantly in need of news.
Yeah.
Like these guys have built these creatures that need to be fed 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So they're grabbing anything they can, pumping it up to make it interesting, because if you just take it as it is, most of these stories, if you really research them, aren't half as interesting or exciting as they make them out to be.
Yeah, I sometimes even feel that. Like, I'll see a headline, and I read all this shit, and I try my best not to. I try to stay off my phone and not read that stuff, but, every now and then you get bored, and you do it, and sometimes you'll see that outrageous headline, and you'll click it, and then you'll read it and be like, oh,
it's
I thought
not
this was
even
gonna be more
near
outrageous.
that. Yes!
I'm kind of bummed.
Yeah. Especially when you go to, like, news sites like Drudge, is one where you'll click on a headline, it'll be very exciting, and then you realize it's like, no, it says possibly. You like the words like, well,
people are saying
it's things like, meteor on course for Earth. And it's like, oh, well, this will be the closest that anything's passed since last week.
Right.
You know, and then it's like,
We're going to miss us by a million miles.
Yeah.
When Obama does the Tonight Show, it's funny because Jay likes Obama, and I know he likes Obama. But the headline on Drudge has read Leno versus Obama, like on the up of the night before the show, and it's like this is not going to be a big war. I remember when Carlin did it with Ann Coulter. And the headline was Carlin versus Coulter. And I had seen Ann after that, and I'm like, how was it doing it with Carlin? And she's like, he was lovely. Such a nice man. Like, she couldn't stop raving about how sweet George Carlin was. There was no fight. There was just two people who did a talk show together. Yeah. But they make it into something.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. They have to keep shoveling coal into the burners.
But we're all full of shit because, like we know that information is, like you said, zapped out there and it's irretractable and we can never be taken back. And we're all living with this new set of rules and we're all vulnerable to it for something that we normally don't see coming. And yet we don't give each other a break on it. Like, it's almost like if we were all in a movie together and then we were holding each other accountable for the crimes committed in the movie. How fake are the other actors to not understand that we're all in this together? And we can't tell the difference between a guy that does something legitimately hateful and a guy that slips up in a joke. Or
does it for complete entertainment.
I don't believe it. We do know the difference. We just seem to like to watch each other swing by the neck. It's a real sickness.
Well, when you're watching someone swinging, it ain't you.
Yeah.
So it's a lot nicer that way. So point the finger and accuse other people of things.
Speaking of hateful diatribes, did I stay around? Aziz's special, filled with hate. It's on Netflix. I don't have the paper in front of me. It is. When is it on Netflix?
Friday.
November 1st.
Oh, okay. Oh, Friday night. Okay,
November
and it's what's it called?
At midnight or 12:01 or whatever.
You have a bunch of specials. Which one is this?
This one's it's called Buried Alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the one I saw that you it was on Comedy Central last year or whatever? Or no?
No, this is another one.
Jesus, you pump out a lot of fucking material. Is this a Netflix exclusive?
Yeah, it is.
So you're doing it directly for them. It's not going to be seen anywhere else.
After a few months, I'm going to do the $5 download. If you don't have Netflix and you want to buy it, like I did the last one, you can do that.
Okay, yeah, because some people don't have Netflix when you do a $5 download or whatever you do, can people get that in other countries? They can, right?
Yeah, and Netflix is kind of worldwide now too.
Yeah. So you're making a lot of $5.
Yeah, I mean it's great because people want to own it.
A lot of $5. Yeah.
So it'll come out like 6 months after that.
And you could also see Aziz performing this Friday. November the 1st, the same night, at the Kaufman Concert Hall at the 92nd Street Y.
I'm not performing that. I'm just doing a talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were doing a talk. Wow, all right.
Or interview thing. I'm not doing stand-up at that.
Yeah, no,
just don't want anyone to come and be like, well, Norton said you're going to perform.
What happened? Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking Jim.
The four people.
And don't forget Parks and Rec.
That very specific situation happens to.
Yeah. I'm happy to see my friend be giving a talk in the same place I saw Gene Wilder and Sidney Poitier. I'm happy to be.
Oh. How are those? It must have been fantastic.
Gene Wilder was better. Sidney Poitier was a good talker, but he didn't talk about Hollywood. He talked about his mother and his upbringing. And I guess again he's so fucking bored.
That would be kind of that. You didn't like that?
I didn't mind it, but I wanted to hear more about.
I want to hear him talk about a patch of blue.
But a black actor, and he won the first black Oscar. Like I'd be much more interested to hear about the racism he faced in Hollywood.
Guess who's coming to dinner? Yeah,
or his impressions of those roles now, and because to me, like he's not just some douchey actor. Like all right, he made movies. I'd be interested to hear what it was like for him. And was his perspective any different because he's from the Caribbean? I would love to have heard that. But whatever. Wilder, I thought was amazing. What a nice man. He's a lovely man, Gene Wilder.
And Parks and Rec coming back. There was a weird thing with that. We went over with, what's his name?
Nick Offerman was on yesterday.
Nick Offerman was on. He was great.
Yeah,
he was a lot of fun.
That guy's the best, man.
First time we met him, he's a cool dude.
Very cool guy.
And he explained the whole Parks and Rec thing because they blew it out of proportion,
Yeah, it's exactly what we were talking about earlier. And everyone's like, man, why'd you show up here?
Right.
It's like, it's not, man. Those places just need something to write about. It's the same, I think it's like the same.
They were resting it for a couple weeks and trying out a few little things. And it's coming back officially November 14th. So
more crap, just like we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
They latch on, make up their own story, and then run with it.
Sam pointed out something I heard on the after show, too, which was a good point about Nick Offerman. Which you noticed something that we had never seen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. When he started laughing.
Wacky laugh.
He has the same, sort of cadence and everything that he does on the show that's like so straightforward.
His laugh
and
went like.
And it's very,
cartoony giggle.
It's very
very giddy laugh.
Yeah.
So
Very
funny.
Took it right out of it. Like,
Yeah.
He does it as Ron every now and then. There's like maybe like once a season. There's something that makes Ron like giddy.
Yeah.
And when he does that, it's so funny to me. He's such a great guy. Like there are times where that whole cast. It's so many great people. Like when I go to work, sometimes it's like, man, it's really not going to get better than this. I gotta cherish this gig while I have it.
That's smart thinking. Enjoy the gig while you have it, because everyone thinks the next gig is around the corner, and it's like it's smart to enjoy it.
God, and you work on these big shows and movies and things like that, and there's always usually someone who's just like a real dick.
Pain in the ass.
On this, it's like everyone's just great, and you just have a fun time. And I don't know, everyone fucking says, "Oh, we're all friends," whatever.
Everybody is so wonderful.
It's true. It's a good group of folks.
And like after the show's over, you get the real stories.
Well, like Chevy Chase, like there was rumors that he was awful on
everything.
Community. Yeah, on everything. That's
exactly
true.
on everything.
That is
Oh,
true.
what are you kidding me? We've been hearing that for 25 years.
But it's like, dude, what are you so miserable about? Like, you're an older guy. You've had a long and very, very solid film career and TV career, and you're on another well-respected show. Like, what's the problem? Fucking,
What could be the issue, right?
just enjoy it.
Yeah.
He's always an issue from what I hear, but
wow.
hey, I never worked with him. What do I know?
Well, we technically did. We were on the same
that's
talk show with him
right.
once.
And he was an asshole.
And we were all in the makeup room, and he did not want anything to do with us. And we
anybody.
weren't even trying. That
No,
was the
no.
weird part. We were trying to be cool. It was the Donnie Deutsch show that we did that never aired.
Well, that's right.
They didn't have their shit together. They were like, they filmed us 2 weeks in advance, so all the stories changed by the time they were ready to put it on TV.
Chevy Chase wanted no part of me.
And Chevy Chase had a pink sweater on. Remember that, Ant?
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, he was. I sat behind. Oh, you were there at Book of Mormon. When we went and saw Book of Mormon,
Oh,
we
yeah,
sat
he was-
behind Chevy Chase.
And he was laughing his ass off.
He loved it. So
But he didn't want anyone taking pictures.
no, he was with his family,
With
so I
him.
left him alone. But me and Sam saw him at Comic-Con that year, and we had interviewed Josh Gad from Book of Mormon, and I told him Chevy Chase there. He goes, "Oh, tell him I said hello." So we saw Chevy at a fucking, whatever it was, at Comic-Con. So I was chatting with him. I was like, "Oh, yeah, Josh Gad says hello." So he's like, "Oh, cool, yeah." I'm like, "Oh, we saw you at Book of Mormon." He goes, "Oh, that was great." And then I hit him for a photo, and he was just like, he knew that my whole conversation was a lie.
That was leading up to the picture.
I'd never seen anybody's face change so quickly. Like he was enjoying the conversation, and then it was like, it's one of those. He got me.
Yeah.
This one person's been calling forever. We got to get them on the line.
Oh, bro.
Hi, who's this?
You know who it is. How you doing? It's me, it's Guy.
Hello,
Yeah.
Lady Di.
We're talking to Aziz. You got anything?
Yeah, no, I just want to let you know. Tell Jim Norton this. We're going to be at the show on Friday.
Oh,
I'm at the Beacon Theater with Andrew Dice Clay on Friday. And
Whoa, that's awesome.
yeah, I'm happy about that.
Very
That's
cool.
be a great gig.
It's
And
going to be an amazing
It's
gig.
awesome venue.
Yeah, it's going to be very good.
delighted that you'll be there.
Listen to her. She's just yapping over.
Why would you call our radio show to tell us that you're going to be at a Jim Norton show? She's one of our regulars, Aziz.
Yeah.
No. I just figured I'd call up and let you know.
Why would we care if you were going?
For what purpose?
That's what he asked you. Did you see what just happened?
Thank you.
Opie goes, why would you call up and ask Jim Norton or tell Jim Norton you're going to be at the show? And she goes, no. I just wanted to call up and tell him I was going to be there.
And let him know.
But he asked you why you would do that.
What could he possibly be doing with that information? Now he's got that info. What is he supposed to do with that?
Nothing. I'm just letting him know that I'm going to be at the show. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Diet. Yes, chanting fan base.
Marion and I are going to be at the show.
All right, that's great.
So let's take
Wonderful.
this one step further.
All right.
You've told me. I've acknowledged the information. Ball's in your court.
Thank you. All right, now.
But what happens with that? Why does Jim need to know that?
No, I just want to let. I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be at the
Especially
show.
because this is like a.
What compels
Is there
you
anything
to...
more terrifying than Norton's fans?
And she's just babbling underneath us talking.
Can you show? Can you show Aziz a photo of this enchantress that we're listening to?
Yes.
Colin, by the way,
Here we
is
go.
Colin is
No,
obsessed with her.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna
We all
take
are.
that photo.
What?
I'm going to change that photo and
Well,
make
it
No, I
doesn't
like your
matter
Twitter
which one you
photo.
pick. Trust me.
Yeah.
The Twitter photo's not bad, Di. You look a little tired in it, but you're lovely.
No, go to her Twitter account.
Our Twitter photo.
Yeah, where she looks
is
like Babe Ruth if Babe Ruth was still
fantastic.
living.
Yeah.
No, not that one, please. No.
Babe Ruth when he gave that speech.
But I wish she would answer the
Just
question. I need
babbles.
to break this down. Like, why would Jimmy care about that info, and why do you have to call, like, hopefully a very popular radio show to say that?
She'll never have an answer.
Wait, let's see. I want to see the tweets.
Oh, the tweets?
Oh, they're good.
You got to follow her. She's amazing on Twitter.
A lot of responses to other people.
Yeah, she's amazing on Twitter.
Her face? Wait, let me see that Twitter pic again.
A lot of her tweets are "Thank you very much, thanks again."
Oh, yeah.
Which
They're real
must
productive.
be so annoying. Tweets.
I
That's
DM
like,
those
God,
tweets.
imagine getting those. Yeah.
when you text someone something, they write back, "Cool." I'm like,
Yeah.
you wasted my life.
Pop
Thanks.
that picture of her up, her Twitter picture again. She almost looks like if Sammy Hagar got stung by bees.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
We got to write down all the
Something
all
going
the
on there.
people she looks like.
Oh, yes.
Of course, throw Mama from the train.
My little chickadee.
No, please don't do this. No, I'm going to change that picture.
Why? It's lovely.
It's not going to make a difference. If
Mitch,
you
how
want
did
it.
you first get into Jim's stuff? Where did you first hear about Jim?
When did I first hear about Jim?
The repeat of the question.
Yeah, that's-
She'll do that constantly.
Hold on.
What?
I've known about Jim Norton for years.
Where did you first like see his stuff? Like on Comedy Central, or did you get a CD?
Aziz is entertained by this too.
What?
Back in the WNEW days.
We were on the radio in
the
NEW back in 19.
Yeah.
Oh, so through the show.
2000,
Through
yeah.
the show, she became a fan and blah blah
That's how
blah.
both of us heard about Jim Norton.
You her friend Marion, they're just.
About him.
We call them the
I'm going
retarded
deep
Laverne and
now.
Shirley.
I'm going deep in the hole.
Oh, yeah.
I should stop now before it's like, Aziz, I'm coming to see you too.
Oh, she'll be there. Yeah. Make sure you tweet Aziz and tell him how much you love.
She'll stalk you next. Listen, Lady Di, I'm going to try one more time.
Yeah.
You needed to tell Jimmy that you're going to be at the show. Now, what is he supposed to do with that info?
Nothing. I just want to let him know that we're going to be there. Me and Marion and I are going to be there.
Yeah, we know.
So he kind of is a show.
Marion.
Listen.
Hey, there's like, hey, you're doing the show. We're gonna be there, support you.
All right.
Got
One more
tickets.
thing. Wait, hold on. Marion does not have a MiFi.
What's a MiFi?
And Wi-Fi is like the first generation of the satellite radio, right?
Yeah.
No,
Portable.
no. Yeah, a portable MiFi.
But why are you wasting our time with this?
Well, I told Marion I was going to call up.
That doesn't.
I've never heard anybody. It's uncanny the ability you have to relay impertinent information. I've never heard anybody with an ability to tell me such.
I've learned
Nonsense.
nothing in like 5 minutes.
Nothing.
But
Opie and Anthony, can I ask you a question?
it's like context, like we were discussing earlier, though. You do understand you're telling a national, hopefully huge radio audience this stuff.
International, Canada too.
No one cares. What? This is like a private phone call.
Right.
It's a private phone call. All right.
This
She
is.
was trying to get a MiFi so this way she could listen to
But
this.
and then she doesn't even hear what I'm trying to tell her.
Why do we need to hear this?
We
now?
don't care. She can't get a
About-
MiFi.
Nobody can get a MiFi. They stopped making
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
It's from
that's-
Not
2006.
making them anymore. All right, I understand that.
Oh.
I understand that. All right.
Did you get a job yet? Did you get
No,
Did
I
you get a
did not
job yet?
No,
Oh.
Why?
did not. I knew this conversation was going to come up. No, I did not get a job. yet.
When did you look?
I've been looking, and I already know where to go, but I just don't bother because I just. Well, let's put it this way.
What way?
I'm taking a break from this job search thing.
If you only understood that deeply, she has never worked. She's been looking for a job for 10 years. She has decided to take a break from the looking for a job thing.
That's like me taking a job for being an astronaut, taking a break.
Right. Taking a break.
Taking a job. I'm sorry, her yapping through it like
Taking
a
a
thing.
break from being an astronaut.
Wait, hold on.
Why, Lady Di?
Wait, hold on. What?
You haven't worked in 10 years or so.
At least.
How are you?
No, what are you talking about? No, I did work 10 years ago.
Let's get the facts straight.
But you. I know. That's what I
10
said.
years.
But you haven't.
Why would you take a break from trying to find a job?
Yeah.
Why do I work so hard?
Why?
I could just
Why?
take 10 years off and
And still be
do
alive.
So much
It's amazing.
awesome stuff.
You could still be alive,
Who
and
am
you
I
could
trying
still
to
go
impress?
to. You could still go to see Jim Norton without
just-
working. It's amazing.
Maybe she's figured everything out.
Yeah, and we're
we
the
haven't.
idiots.
We're the dummies, waking up early,
Yep.
doing radio,
No.
doing a bunch of stand-up. Who cares?
guys are not
Take
dummies.
10 years off.
And then she's got to answer it. No. You guys aren't dummies.
I mean, why don't more people do
Thanks.
that? Where it's like, I'm just gonna chill for
Yeah.
10 years.
Not going to do anything. Not going to work.
No.
Just going to do what I want to
That
do.
seems like a good deal. I'm gonna
Right?
chill for 10 years.
Diane, do you understand? Like, I'm not sure if you understand the dynamics of a conversation, but like Aziz is talking or Ope's talking to somebody, like the sounds coming out of their mouth mean they should be entering your ears.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're just yapping over everybody. You're very difficult to have a conversation with.
Who are you?
Wait, did you?
I want to find out who he is.
I'm Jim Norton.
All right, Jim Norton. Okay.
You know, the guy that you're going to see Friday, and the reason why you called us to tell us that you're going to see him.
Do you have dementia?
Yeah.
No, I don't have dementia.
Why would you ask who I am when you've known me for 14 years?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, well, that's true, too. I'm sorry about that.
It's true, too.
Holy shit.
Hold on a second.
What?
I thought maybe you had a comedian in there with you.
We do.
No, that
Aziz.
we
We
do.
do, and I said that as well.
What is his name?
My
I
name is-
said Aziz. That's how this whole thing started. I said, we have Aziz in. Do you have anything to ask him?
Aziz Ansari. He's a comedian.
Okay.
Do you know?
I mean, I don't know what to say.
How about hello?
Do you know who he is?
Well, no. Well, now I know who he is.
How about you say hi?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
Covered that already.
Was that you, Jimmy?
No.
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
You're a disaster.
Doing? I'm confused.
Yeah, no
That's what I'm
shit.
doing.
Are you drinking? Are you drinking this
She's
morning?
drinking.
She's a big drinker.
What did you have this
Yeah,
morning?
a little bit.
Oh,
It's not even 10 in the morning.
Well, that's why she's giving up that job search. What are you having this morning?
Natural life.
Natural life.
Oh.
She's drinking some natties. Some natty lights, motherfucker.
She drinking in the morning. It's natural.
She's natty. By the way, anyone out there working, you're all suckers and saps.
10 years
and
off.
rubes. Yeah.
Cracked open a crisp natty light.
Natty.
That's it.
9:45 a.m.
God.
What time did you wake up this
That's
morning, dear?
What time did I wake up?
Yes.
Around 6 o'clock.
What time? And don't lie now. We're all friends. What time did you have your first alcoholic beverage?
Crack that first beer.
Yep.
What time?
Tell the truth.
This is my second one.
Oh no,
Do you drink fast?
it's getting dark.
What? No. It's my second one.
How many are you going to have?
What time did you
today?
crack it?
I just cracked it.
No, what time did you crack the first beer?
The first one? About a half hour ago. Maybe an hour. No, about an hour ago.
All right, 9
9
a.
a.m. You start drinking.
What
on
did
a
you
Tuesday.
do? What did you do between 6 and 9?
Well, I had to, let me see. I washed up. I brushed my teeth.
All right, there's 2 minutes.
For 3 hours?
I was on the phone for 3 hours trying to get in touch with you guys.
Oh wow.
That is true.
So she
That's why I
sat-
finally took her call.
She sat on hold
More or less.
or trying to call in
Off and on,
for
yeah.
3 hours.
just to tell.
relay the information that she's going to the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure you have anything figured out, guy. I thought you had a whole plan worked out, the whole like 10-year breather.
She waited.
I was on board. Now I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
She waited 3 hours to tell Jimmy that she's going to be at the show Friday with Marion.
I mean, there's
I
a
can't even wrap my head
conceivable
around that.
there's a conceivable reality
Now
where
she's just
she
talking
waits
again.
she waits 3 hours, calls and says, waiting for 3 hours. Hey, Jim, I'm going to be on the show. All right, cool. Bye.
That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
done.
It must be a
That was
wonderful
working
thing to
3
live
hours.
like that.
Di, I gotta ask you, why have you given up the job search?
Oh no, I'm just taking a little break from it.
Well, yes. Why are you taking a?
I did not give up. I'm just taking a break.
Why are you taking a break?
Because, well, let me tell you something right now. Because I'm taking a break because it seems to me like a lot of people do not want to hire people that are over 50 years old. And I'm over 50. You understand?
Yes.
Wow, she's giving us a talking to.
So taking a break. What are you going to get younger?
What was the excuse when you were 40?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
What was my excuse? I was working when I was 40 years old.
Oh.
Opie, you don't remember?
I don't know.
Yeah,
anything
it was
about
10 years
Di,
ago
to
when
be
you were
honest with
working.
you.
What do you think people like to hire less? 50-year-olds or women who wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning and start drinking Natty Light?
Exactly. You're living a rap video.
First of all, you got the beer wrong. Anthony, you got the beer wrong. It's Natty Ice.
Natty Ice.
All right, we got the natural ice.
Whatever.
Natty Ice.
Natty.
Natty Light. No thanks.
Yeah.
Is it a can or a bottle?
It's a little bit stronger than Natty Light.
Why would they
A
be?
little strong, but good.
You gotta get a little of that ice action, right?
Natty Ice.
Hey, is it a Di? Is it a can or a bottle?
Little break. What? A can.
Of course.
Slugging beer out of a can.
Just cracking that that piss warm can of Natty Ice.
Natty Ice.
No, they're not warm. They're not
Oh,
warm. They're
okay. Good.
Yeah, they're
That's great. So now, why do you think that people don't want to hire 50-year-old women, right?
Right.
But
That look
why
like
do you-
Babe
hey,
Ruth.
Hey, you listen up. You don't think people want to hire, so you're going to take a break and wait for more time to pass by. That problem isn't going to solve itself by adding more time to it.
No, I don't know. I mean, this whole thing with the computers and stuff like that, that's kind of difficult to get on a computer.
Well, you can
And-
spend the last 3 hours learning something about it.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I have my computer.
They're not that difficult. I got a 3-year-old that's rocking the computer.
Exactly.
A girl or a boy?
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, at least you grasped the important part of the discussion.
Lady Di, listen to me. Where was the last place and when that you tried to get a job?
Family Dollar.
That's what she said. She was in here.
That's a long time ago.
That was months ago.
Yeah, whenever I
Family
made that
Dollar.
video.
Isn't that chain gone?
I think so, like Blockbuster.
I saw one of those in South Carolina like 15 years
it's
ago.
still there.
Yeah.
No, it's still there.
All right,
Family
it's still
Dollar's
there.
still around? Family in you live in New York? Family Dollar?
She's
No,
picking
no,
up
no.
obscure
I-
places. Corvettes.
Corvettes.
I
Kleins.
live in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
All right.
Good.
Lady Di, so
even
you
think
haven't looked for a job in months.
No, try 1 month.
No. When you were on this very show months ago talking about the dollar store.
Yeah.
That was months ago.
May.
May.
Rock just told me.
It was May.
June, July, August, 6 months ago almost?
6
5
months ago
months, 5
was
months
the
and
dollar
change.
store.
Remember, it was the day you had that discharge.
Di,
Yeah.
it was
that's it.
6 months ago that you haven't looked for a job.
Right.
Okay,
Are you
why?
coming to the show? Are you coming to the show? Friday?
Now you're making me lie. No, it was that month. It was June.
No, it wasn't.
Isn't June pretty close to May, which makes our point still?
Yeah.
That it's been a while.
Certainly out of the 1 month time frame that she gave.
So how long of a break are you going to take? It's already 6 months. How long of a break are you going to take from looking for work?
I don't know, a couple more weeks. Let's put it that way.
A couple more weeks.
And then
What a
where?
wonderful way to live.
It's amazing. She's just
God, I
sipping.
wish I could do this.
Sipping beer.
Not a
fucking,
worry in the world.
Not working.
Got some natties.
Getting
at
on
9
the
in the
phone,
morning.
going to see Jim Norton November 1st.
Could
at the
kill 3
Beacon.
hours just to tell Jimmy that they're going to the show.
Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay, right?
Yes, lady. Myself and Dice Clay.
To be there, and Andrew Dice Clay.
How are you getting the money for the ticket?
Yeah, Di. How much of your dad's your dad's will are you going through?
Oh my God! Don't even mention that.
How much have you gone through?
How much have I gone through?
That was the question.
I try to keep it on a minimum basis. Let's put it that
By
way.
not working and by drinking natty ice and going to see Jim Norton.
Oh, don't forget, I'm going to go see Michael Nesmith, too, November 12th.
She calls it every month, lets you know what show she's going to.
She's a huge Monkees fan.
On
Huge. She,
Oh, is that who Michael Nesmith is? I didn't know who he
yeah,
was.
so the Monkees. She loves the Monkees. Give us a little Monkees for Aziz, so we don't feel like we've wasted his time.
What do you want me to say about the Monkees?
Sing one of the Monkees songs.
I thought, no. I better not sing that again. Let me see.
again.
Oh, boy. Another Monkey song.
You sound like a real fanatic.
Big fan, yeah.
Walking down the street, we get the funniest looks from
Bet you do.
everyone we meet.
Hey, we're the drunkies.
I knew you were going to do that.
Oh, you knew? Did you?
Right now, she's standing barefoot in big grandma panties with a T-shirt and a fucking beer, slugging out of a beer.
Natty Ice.
Natty ice.
You can't get over that, right?
9A.
Oh, man.
What a life.
Over to Bud and start working for them again.
Lady Di, do you have a Halloween costume?
No. I'm the Halloween costume.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Are you going to Anthony's party?
No, I'm not.
You are invited. You and Marion are both invited to Anthony's big shindig.
Yep.
I don't think
What's
so.
the address?
If you stay on hold, we'll get you that.
It's,
Can you call tomorrow and let us know for sure you're going?
Yeah, please.
We're not going to the party
Why not?
because we don't want to go.
I think I want this drunk buffoon at my party.
She'd be the hit of the party.
Oh, she would be
Certainly
wonderful.
everyone would hit her. Yeah,
All right, Lady Di. It's been terrific.
You're a delight.
you
Good
are.
to meet you.
Good to meet you.
You too.
All right, Lady Di,
Bye.
go get a job.
All right, be careful.
I sure will.
You're just languishing in a sea of delusion and alcoholism.
Jimmy, I'll see you on Friday.
I know. I appreciate you coming, Di. Just stop drinking.
And so we'll marry him too. Don't
I know.
All
I
right, we
understand.
know she's going.
Okay.
She
all
can
right.
speak for herself, though.
Yes.
That fucking inheritance is like a one of those. What do they call that thing? The little sand clocky thing with
The hourglass?
The
Thank
hourglass.
you. Sand clocky.
Yes.
Hourglass.
Yeah.
All that money that her dad worked his entire life for, and then passed on to another world and gave Di the money. Instead of, maybe taking care of her son with it, she's buying natty ice. And
You going to see Michael Nesmith?
Yes, I am.
She already said goodbye.
In Englewood.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Where are your seats?
Don't go.
oh yeah.
Don't go.
What is Michael Nesmith going to do? He doesn't sing any of the Monkees songs.
Yes, he does.
No.
Well, he has to sing now
He
that the other
refuses.
guy's
He doesn't
dead.
sing. He wasn't the singer in the Monkees.
But the singer's dead, so.
One of them.
What?
He was one of them.
No. What songs did he sing? He sang a couple of the really bad ones that no one knows.
I know 'em all.
He didn't sing Daydream Believer.
No. That was Davy Jones.
Yeah.
I already know about that. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I already know about
Yeah,
that.
of course you know about it. It wasn't a rumor that was confirmed.
No,
She's so terrible.
All right,
I met Davy Jones years ago.
all right.
I hope you meet him again. Hope you meet him again soon.
Don't
Holy shit. Oh my God.
we gotta let you go for
Goodbye,
real.
Di.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
10:09. Jesus,
What?
Wow.
it's 10 after 10.
Yeah.
That went fast.
I hope you enjoyed that, Aziz. We did that for you.
Very
This-
interesting.
Yeah,
that-
Colin Quinn can't get enough of her.
Oh, Colin loves her.
And her friend Marion.
Yeah, he's a bit obsessed with her and Marion.
Yeah.
What a
Marion's
folks.
Marion is just as trippy.
let me tell you, that was a great call by Lady Di.
Huh?
That was a great call.
I think so.
It was hilarious. When she's, who are you? Holy shit.
That's the whole
Who
reason why you
says that?
called.
Holy fuck.
And let's properly plug everything here.
Yes.
Aziz has his special Buried Alive streaming on Netflix. Starts Friday, November the 1st. And you can go to azizansari.com or his name on Twitter, Aziz Ansari. And if you want to also download his older special, Dangerously Delicious. And, of course, Parks and Rec is on NBC. November 14th is when it is coming back, right? Thursdays at 8 o'clock. And this Friday, if you're not going to see me and Dice, maybe you've seen one of us recently, go to the 92nd Street Y and see Aziz give a talk.
Absolutely.
It's an amazing venue.
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Always a pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed most of your time here today,
Yes.
sir.
I did. Very
We wanted to impress you that we get the chicks on the radio show.
Chicks.
All right, is that it for today?
I'd like to tell you
What?
about something on Netflix also. You might have heard of Russell Peters, right? Well, Russell is going to be on Netflix with his newest special, Notorious. His newest comedy special. He's an international sensation, Russell Peters. Yeah, he's got, like 75 million views on YouTube, million Facebook fans. One of the most diverse audiences on the planet. Sold out Madison Square Garden, Sydney's Royal Opera House. He's big. He's also launching, with his new special, Notorious, Russell Peters versus the World. And that's an exclusive 4-part series. And it takes you behind the scenes on Russell's tour. Tons of great outtakes, interviews with his friends and family, including Jimmy Norden. So don't miss Notorious and Russell Peters versus the World. That's streaming right this second on Netflix.
You're listening to the Opie and Anthony channel on Sirius XM.
Here comes line of the day, line of the day. You're just yapping over everybody. You're very difficult to have a conversation with.
Who are you?
The Opie and Anthony show is pretty much. This show will be available later today with Sirius XM on demand. After ONA Live is next. All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.